Hi everybody. I don't like it when I don't have lip gloss, sorry. To put a little more, although I'm gonna eat. I have cooked something very special today. Meat. I already have tried it. It's not very tasty. But this was my first time cooking meat after almost 7 years. So I was vegetarian for like almost 6.5 years. So I ate meat in February. I was like, when I came to Canada, like there were many times where people would be like, oh my god, you don't eat meat, but at the same time you don't take any protein supplements or like protein powder, stuff like that, which I'm not a big fan of. Yeah, in Canada people question that a lot. So I was like, I started observing like, okay, so maybe I'm missing on something just because I don't eat meat. When I became vegetarian, initially was very, like, I felt very healthy. I lost the unwanted like weight, the extra weight, I lost it. I remember in UCA initially, like I was very chubby. I was like, I wouldn't say I was fat. I was like, I was okay, but I definitely didn't like the way I looked back then. So I was like, one motivation was again losing weight. I became vegetarian and it was perfect for a year. I started feeling light. I had like a lot of energy. But then there was a time I started getting sick because I was like a very healthy kid growing up. Like even my mom and dad would tell me, like at home, everybody knows that I'm the only daughter who eats every single thing except for eggs growing up. Yeah, so then I was vegetarian for like almost 7 years, and then I ate meat this year. And I wanted to make a video when I ate for the first time, but I couldn't because of so many reasons. I wanted to like kind of record my expression. I guess I have a couple of videos which I might put here and there.
Oh my god. I want to read a little. Wow. I like it, but
initially the taste didn't hit in. I was chewing and I was like, oh my god, like why it's this way, But then I started liking beef steak and I started liking chicken too. And this is my first time making chicken at my own place. I'm proud of myself still that I managed to cook, because I remember there was a time where I was like, I don't think I'll be able to cook meat. And even though I've tried this chicken that I've cooked and it's like terrible. I mean, like, not terrible, I can eat, but definitely it's not the tasty, not the very tastiest, but not the good chicken that you will normally get when you go out. And I have some salad, I have a sweet potato that we're gonna eat. So I just wanted to make this video today, just kind of catch up on life, what has been happening. It's like literally a random video. I don't know what I'm gonna say, but I'm excited. To be honest, not very bad. No, it's not very bad. But I definitely know chicken is more tastier than this. Okay. I think I'm a good vegetarian cook. I can make very good salads. I guess I will learn cooking meat too. Now that I've started eating, of course I want to enjoy meat. Chicken, beef, anything. So I definitely will learn. So yeah, I've started eating meat, and it's been good so far. So far I was just eating out whenever I wanted to eat meat, but today I was like, you know what, let me try. And then it's not very bad, to be honest. I had like baked sweet potato as well. So going back to what I have been up to, there's like certain parts of my life that are very important that I'm going to talk about. One is career, health, being in a new country, having my figuring things out, job, my relationships, and my plans for future. Yeah. So this year has been like very good year, to be honest. Like I think I'm leaning towards becoming who I always wanted to be. Like I would say I'm becoming like, I won't say I'm perfect, but definitely I'm leaning towards becoming the woman, you know, the kind of woman who's high, well-lived, who is calm, composed, who know what she wants, who know what she wants to do in life, what she deserves. I guess I'm leaning towards that. But definitely there are times where I'm so stuck. And I'm like, I don't know what is up with me in this life. But I would definitely say I'm learning, like, these days, if we talk about these days, I'm learning, like, to have tools that I will use when I feel stuck or when I feel like life is not how I expected it to be. So I'm figuring out those tools. I started a job in January as a data engineer at this tech company. I'm enjoying the role. There's so much to learn. That's what I've learned so far. Like, I feel so grateful that wherever I go, I always have so much to learn from the people around me. Even in this company, like, everybody's so smart, very supportive, and like everybody's kind of mentor to me. So they're teaching me so many things, and like this company kind of gave me space to learn, and I'm still learning. I know I'm gonna be a lifelong learner, but at this junior role, I'm learning so much every single day. And when I say I'm learning, it's not about just data engineer stuff. It's not about just making data pipelines, cleaning data, you know. It's a lot about work culture, communication, values, your values at work, your networking, you know, how you talk to people, how you maintain a relationship with people, and how you communicate yourself in a clear and right way. So I would say this role is teaching me technically life. I have seniors who I look up to. I have like colleagues who are amazing. And I would say I can't be more grateful to be where I am in terms of my job, work. It's a part-time role. I work 24 hours per week. And then, well, I'm still a student. I'm doing research in NLP domain. So it's more specific to tokenization. If you know a little bit about computing science, computer science, it's very much related to text processing. how LLMs process text. And there's one small thing in text processing in LLMs that we're working on, which is tokenizations, which is like breaking down the words into small tokens. So how would I explain tokens to you? Tokens is like, atom is the smallest particle of a matter, right? So token is like probably the smallest particle of text when it comes to LLMs in that domain, in NLP. Yeah, it's the smallest particle. That there could be a bigger tokens and smaller tokens as well, but smaller tokens combine, they merge, and they become vocabulary, the words that we see. So we're working on that. We're re-implementing like byte per encoder. That's a kind of tokenizer that almost every LLM is using. So if you're focused on that, and you're technically, these days I'm stuck at one point, which is, it has been a little tough on my research, I would say. For the past 1 month, I've been literally changing the implementation several times. Every week I meet my supervisor, we change the implementation, we use different tactics, and we have to literally change the whole algorithm. Yeah, it has been a little tough on that side, but I've learned along the way that UC has taught me this too, that in UC I would be very stressed about my marks and what after I graduate. Like, I would be stressed about it. Even then, everything worked out exactly the way I wanted it to. So right now, whenever I look back, I'm like, you know what, Maniza, let's chill, let's calm down, because you were stressed throughout UCA. Like, you were literally stressed. You were like, such an anxious kid I was. I was so anxious about every step in my life. But I still made it. I've come this far. So why can't we just relax, have faith in the process, trust ourselves, sit back, work hard, that's important, and then let things happen to us. Let life work for us, you know? So I'm learning that, I would say. So I'm not very stressed about it. I won't lie, there are times I'm stressed. I do remember sending my supervisor an email in the morning, because I usually have sessions in the evenings, meetings with him. So I was like, I wrote him an email, I'm like, hey, I'm sitting on my chair, it's 6:30 in the morning, and I don't know what to work on. Because the week before, he literally changed my algorithm, all of it, he didn't like it, because of performance issues, of course. It was very slow. So he's like, he literally changed the algorithm, and I'm sitting on my chair 6:30 in the morning, and I don't know what I'm doing. So I emailed him, this is happening and I don't know what I'm doing. And later I just sat on my laptop. Sometimes just sitting with being stuck kind of helps figuring out things. So I just sat there, and I technically figured out what I need to work on, because that was something that he asked me to do in the last meeting. So I figured it out, and I had something to present to him like in the evening. So he was like, when he said, you know what, you're doing amazing. Like, I love this thing about my supervisor, that he appreciates me for what I already do, and then he kind of gives me like hope, faith that, you know what, we will figure this out. We're working together, we're a team, so you don't have to be stressed all the time. I mean, he reminds me of these things, which makes the process easier. At the top of that, I'm also learning to be calm with whatever is going through, like whatever is going in the research domain. Definitely generally in life as well, but in terms of research, I'm learning this fact that I need to be a calm person. Regardless, things are going to work out. Yeah. So that's a little bit of update on my research. And with my workouts, I exercise the same way. I would say this year I've been a little like lazy on that part. I feel like I'm listening to my body more. I feel like this time I'm like, if my body is like tired, rather than pushing it, I'm like, you know what, today we can rest, it's okay. I'm doing that more. In the beginning, when I started doing that, I was feeling guilty a little. I would kind of be angry on myself for missing a workout. Because for me, physical health, physical fitness is important. It's like one of my top priorities. So it used to stress me a lot when I would miss a workout, but I guess I'm getting better with that too, in terms of listening to my body. And as long as my body is healthy, missing 1 or 2 workouts is like okay. So yeah, I'm trying to slow down on that part too, in terms of like, hey, it's okay to miss a workout, you know, let's catch up to like tomorrow or the after tomorrow. So I'm getting better with that. And yeah. So with I might extend my studies by a semester because of my job. Like I work 3 days a week, 2 days is research, and then I work a little on weekend too. So I'm like, my supervisor's like, hey, you know what, let's extend by a semester, because for you finances is like not a problem. Me and my supervisor, we have managed the finances so well because I started the job and he kind of decreased the scholarship. So he was kind of like, okay, if you start a job, we definitely will extend by a semester. So let me pay you less right now and like save more for the last semester. So we're good on that part too. That part is like coming along very well in terms of scholarship and everything. So I mean, scholarship is not going to be a problem for me too in terms of like graduating or continuing education. Besides that, in terms of like personal relationships with the people around me, with my family, with myself, it's like technically it's a work in progress, and that it has been the case forever. I mean, like, I would say life is teaching me a lot. And I would say like in Canada I've met amazing people who have like brought so much into my life. Like there's always someone in my life I'm grateful for. I definitely connect and resonate more with people with higher energy, better intentions, bigger dreams, you know? Just like myself. I have found amazing people in my own community, and I would say this couldn't be better. I would say every kind of relationship that I have with different people, it's adding up to my life. It's making me a better person every single day. And I definitely am not where I'm aiming to be, like where I want to be, but definitely I'm literally very far than where I was like 2 years ago. Like I've come very far. And I would say there are days when I'm like a little pessimistic, and I'm like, oh my god, I haven't improved much. Like I haven't, you know, when there's this like a challenge in my life, and when I'm unable to handle it the right way or the way I expect myself to, I'm like, Winnie's, oh my god, you haven't learned anything. I do sometimes talk to myself that way, but then I'm like, I literally was talking to one of my very good friends from Akhan High Secondary School, Hunza, after a long time. We caught up yesterday, and then she's like, so Lisa, tell me, like, how you been this whole time? And I was like, oh my god, Andalip, you know what? Her name is Andalip. She's one of my very good friends. I looked at her and I'm like, you know what? I'm living a dream life. I'm living a life that I always wanted to. Like, this life is amazing, and I feel so grateful for everything that I have, and I have everything that I ever wanted and ever needed. And then she herself has grown up to become a beautiful woman. I felt so proud of her. So proud of her. So it's a reminder for you that please connect with your childhood friends. Connect with them. Keep the relationships alive. because you can always use some extra love. This world always needs a little extra love. So I would say reconnect with your friends, love more, give more. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it about like how far I've come, what I'm up to in my life. I would say I'm very excited about what next as well. I have like a rough plan of like what I want my life to look like or what I want to do. But I've also learned to accept what happens. You know, I have the best scenario in my head in terms of like how my life should turn out to be within the next 6 months or 7-8 months. But I'm ready to accept what life brings me. And I have built this mentality that life is working for you. You know, life is happening for you, not to you. So just accepting and going with the flow, being open to the universe, to the life, is beautiful. And I guess that's how, that's the only way to peace and to finding meaning, purpose in life. Yeah, that's something I'm realizing. This is still work in progress. So much of what I talked about is still work in progress. It's something that I'm working on right now in the present. But anyways, yeah, that was a good talk. I'm very happy that I made this video, and I'm gonna definitely post it, and I am gonna be a little more consistent than in the past like 6 months, I would say. Yeah, I know I've been MIA for literally, I don't know, a year or half a year. I don't know when did I publish my last video. Yeah, so much happened for me, sorry. Like life was happening for me. So I kinda was very busy, research, work, life, and so many more. Yeah, so I'm happy. I'm grateful for the life that I'm living. That was a quick update. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope that was not boring. And I definitely will see you soon. Goodbye.